Well, it's another Wednesday. It's now time for AM Business. And Ghana is a signatory to the World Health Assembly's Universal Eye Health Action Plan that seeks to improve eye care in the country. And the plan sets a specific target of a reduction of some 25% in the prevalence of avoidable visual impairment by 2019. But has the country, Ghana, made any significant gains in this regard? Well, as we warm up for the Joy Business Health and Wellness show, we take a look at the states of the eye care industry.
Eye care exams at every stage in life is critical to keeping a person's vision strong. According to experts, it is important for every individual to at least have an annual eye checkup. Regular eye exams are an important part of finding eye diseases early and preserving one's vision. However, this trend is now catching up in Ghana.
The awareness is now coming up. But to answer your first question, it's advised that even if you can come once every year, it's very ideal. Once a year will not take anything away from the patient, so that certain diseases like glaucoma can be detected very early. But I believe that with awareness now, people are now coming up for general checkup. Within the last few years, I've had patients who have just come in with no problems at all. They just come and say that, oh, I just heard about glaucoma on the airwaves or on the telly. I just want to check. My daddy has glaucoma. I don't know whether I have it. I just want to check. My vision is fine. There's nothing wrong with me, but I just want to check.
The eye care team in Ghana primarily comprises of ophthalmologists, optometrists, ophthalmic nurses, and opticians. According to the Ghana Blindness and Visual Impairment Study in 2015, there are about 97 ophthalmologists in Ghana, some of whom are either in administrative position or no longer in active practice. Majority of those in active service delivery are in the capital cities, leaving rural areas underserved. The Blindness and Visual Impairment Study puts Ghana's prevalence rate of blindness at 0.74%, implying over 190,000 are blind, with cataracts and glaucoma being the leading cause.
We look at the whole country Ghana as a whole, we still have a lot of people who are blind from cataract, which is easily preventable. The leading causes of blindness in this country is either from cataract, it's either from glaucoma, or it's either from diabetic-related complications. Diabetic-related complications, the patient comes in early. Majority of the time, more than 90% of the time, we are able to help the patient once he's able to regulate their blood sugar, which is also very important. I mean, no matter what I do for you, if your sugar continues to be high, it will still continue to do. So first and foremost, that's why it's teamwork. If you see diabetic patient, once we notice that if he's already seen a diabetic doctor, that's fine. There are some situations that we have to diagnose it. So immediately we refer them to see a diabetic specialist, then start regulating the sugar.
People are now reporting a lot with allergies. People come with itchy eyes, redness of the eyes, and swellings of the eyelids. We also have bacterial conjunctivitis, where people come with reddish, painful eyes, swollen eyes with a lot of yellowish discharges. These are basically the common ones. But of late, we are also getting a lot of people with a lot of glaucoma cases. Glaucoma is, like I said earlier, it's on the ascendancy. People come in as young as even 15 years. We're able to diagnose people like that with glaucoma. We also have cataract, which is basically linked with old age. But of late, glaucoma is on the ascendancy.
However, efforts are being made to improve the system. Although still developing, there are quite a number of eye care centers delivering standard services to patients in Accra. About 1/3 of these facilities, according to a McKinsey study, are operated under private ownership.
At least with this practice, we have basic things to help us do our basic eye examination, and where necessary, we refer for further management. The major first primary test that we do is what we call the visual acuity, which is the VA. It entails getting to know the extent of the vision of the patient. And by that, we use what we call the Snellen chart. So the patient sits at a distance of 6 meters from the reading chart. And then when the patient reads up to gives us an indication of how well the person sees and the necessity for a correction, if possible. Then we have this equipment we call the ophthalmoscope. We use it to examine the anterior segment of the eye, and we can also use it to examine the posterior end. We also have a machine at the other end, we call it the slit lamp, which we use basically for anterior segment. For the correction of the visual defects, we have an equipment at the other side, we call it the autorefractor, as well as it does the work of a keratometer. So it's an autorefractor keratometer. So we use it, it gives an objective reading of the visual defects of the patient. So we finish off with our final correction in terms of glasses or contact lens by doing what we call the subjective refraction.
Short-sightedness, long-sightedness, and astigmatism are among the most common cases of vision problems, often treated with prescription lenses. The high occurrence of these cases has increased demand for the prescription-based eyeglasses.
You have different types of brands when it comes to glasses. You have from an economy to a standard, which is like your mid-range, to your high-end. When we talk about designer frames, then we're talking then about high-end. High-end frames are what you see as maybe commonly known as the Ray-Ban, the Prada, the Christian Dior, like you're wearing, the Gucci, Bulgari, Cartier, those name brands. Those are obviously what people consider as designer frames because they're made by well-known brands that are very common to us all. When you talk about quality of frames and why some of them are more high-end than the other, you're talking about the production types and the types of material that goes into producing a frame. Typically, an authentic, original Prada frame is going to be higher than your basic economy frame because, for example, if you pick a plastic Prada frame, the type of plastic acetate they use in producing that frame is different from the type of acetate that goes into producing an economy frame, hence the price differential. Okay, or some of them have studs like little diamonds or maybe metals around them. The type of metal that they use to produce such frames are higher end than the type of metal they may use for the lower end frames. So what will happen here is that there's more of a guarantee on your higher end frames than there is on your lower end frames.
When it comes to types of lenses, those ones are prescribed based on your occupation. Sometimes it's based on your occupation. When you talk about polycarbonate is a kind of material which is tough. It has that impact resistance, okay? And then it's light in weight. Light transmission is better than the normal plastic. The normal plastic also is good, but it's not good for certain frames. We normally recommend the polycarbonate for people who are engaged in activities that involve impact, like, you know, especially with the factory works and then those things. Yeah, when it comes to some goggles and all that, and there are some frames we call them rimless frames. This kind of frames also has their specific frames, lenses they go for. We have something we call the Trivex, which is also impact resistant, doesn't scratch easily when it comes to the plastic. The normal plastic easily scratches and it can easily break as compared to the polycarbonate. So we look at the various occupations of people and then also the prescription.
In keeping up with latest technological advancements and in a strive to deliver better patient care, a number of cutting-edge digital technologies like corrective surgeries and laser treatments are also being adapted.
What we strive to do is, if the patient comes here with poor vision, we try to leave him. When he's leaving here, he should be happy and be able to see well. So we are able to do laser cataract surgeries for the people. And the laser cataract surgery, actually, it involves the use of two machines. We have the Lensex that's able to instead of using knives to do the thing, that machine is able to do that for us. It's able to break the lens into small pieces. And we have another machine we call the phaco emulsification machine. That's what we use to aspirate the lens out. That's what we call phaco machine. Phaco cataract surgery. In other words, laser-assisted cataract surgery. We also have like this system, we call this one the refractive suit. That is used to do refractive procedures. We call it LASIK. In other words, we call it femto-LASIK. Femto-LASIK in the sense that there are two machines that we have here. This one creates the flaps using the lasers without a cut. If you use a microkeratom, a blade, the risk of damaging the eye is there. But if you use the laser machine, you have close to 0% risk of damaging the eye. So you create the flap, and once you are satisfied, the flap is created in about 10 seconds. Then we move into this level. This level too, it varies. Some patients 7 seconds, some patients can go up to 14 seconds, sometimes 15 seconds, because sometimes we are able to treat up to -9, -10. For somebody who has -2, it might just take like 5 seconds and it's done. But somebody who has up to -9, -10, then all depends on, you can take up to 15 seconds, 12 seconds.
But improving eye care delivery with the up-to-date technologies comes at a cost, and doctors are struggling to keep a fair balance.
Worldwide is expensive, and we tailor it sometimes, like it or not, you tailor it to the patient. But when it comes to costs, because it's free market, everybody, you have to price it in such a way that you are able to serve the people, and you also have the people coming to do it. Actually, most often the prices we give here is relatively much cheaper than elsewhere, particularly the refractive surgery. In the refractive surgery, most time if you go to UK, you go to America, or most of this Western world, we are using this same machine, this same technology. One eye you do for $2,000, $2,500 per eye. So in other words, the 2 eyes will cost them $5,000. That is, but in Ghana, maximum we charge $1,500 equivalent for the 2 eyes.
Although efforts are being made to improve eye care delivery in the country, there are still some challenges. Inadequate healthcare practitioners and high cost of care are top among them. Call for proper monitoring and more trained professionals are among steps stakeholders believe would help this sector.
We still don't have the adequate numbers. In the cities, in the urban areas, I think we are fine, and we are able to serve the community. But when we go to the villages, we lack optometrists there. And like I define it for you, they are the primary eye care practitioners. So we need the optometrists to be equally distributed in the nation. And with that, we'll be able to increase the awareness of eye care diseases as well as visual defects. And in collaboration with our colleagues in the eye care practice, the ophthalmologists and the ophthalmic nurses, to really do a very good work in the eye care work.
The eye care services, we said your vision is your window to the outside world. That is once you lose your vision, you become dependent. So I think it needs a lot of government support, if possible, but as a country we have other challenges. So, like I told you, human resource, we are training more and more people, more and more eye doctors. Almost all the fields, we need more eye surgeons, we need more optometrists, we need more opticians, name it. We need more dispensing technicians. It's not one-on-one. Eye doctor, eye surgeon alone cannot do the work. Optometrists alone cannot do the work. Opticians alone cannot do the work. Nurses, a whole lot of team. It's a teamwork. And as a country, as we develop, I think, like it or not, we also develop. It's good we develop in that proportion.
A large proportion of those with low vision and blindness are due to avoidable causes, and rural residents carry greater risk of blindness. However, increasing the number of professionals as well as funding could make quality eye care accessible and affordable to all, irrespective of their location.
Well, so that's it for business. As always, every Wednesday morning, make sure that you are with us as we bring you AM Business right here. We have to thank Sheila Tamaklo and the rest of the team with the Business Directorate for all the good things that they do for us every Wednesday. Well, just in case you want to know what the issues are as far as business is concerned, we always would have the uploads on our regular channel on YouTube. So please go search on YouTube for our channel, Major Online TV.